we can report a new defect into JIRA. So I'm going to report a new bug or new defect into the JIRA. Before moving to that, I'm taking example in my application. So I'm just moving to my application. Here on the application, I'll just go to the registration page, or I'll show you from the start. So that's my application. As per the requirement of the client, if somebody go for the registration, on the registration page, there should be CAPTCHA over it. So CAPTCHA is the text which you enter. So hope you remember, you have seen on the different pages, there is a CAPTCHA. CAPTCHA is the image with some text. So here on the page, we are not getting CAPTCHA. And I would say this is a bug, or I can call it defect. Now I want to report this defect into JIRA. But first of all, I want to take the screenshot of this. So I'll just go for print screen, going for MS Paint, and just saving it. So I'll just save it somewhere, and I'll just select the area like I want to just keep this area. Save it on my desktop, and there on the desktop we have a task folder. I'm saying CAPTCHA missing. Okay, now whenever you are testing and we find any bug, I have just taken the screenshot of this. Now I want to report this bug into JIRA. So I'll just go onto my JIRA. Here we have a create button. So I'll go to create a new defect. I'll just click on this create. Now first of all, it is showing me the project. Now I'll explain many fields which we are having on this form. Okay, first of all, we need to select the project on which we are working. As of now, I am allocated to one project only. So in this drop down, it shows only one project, but it might be possible you are allocated to multiple projects. So you will get different project. You need to select the project to which you want to report this defect. But as of now, we have only one project, so I'm just keeping it same. Now next I'm coming to issue type. So I'm going to report a defect here, or I'll say bug. I'll just go to the drop down and select bug. Now next is summary. We need to fill the summary information here. Summary means a basic information about the bug. So here we need to give information about the bug in minimum number of words. So I'm saying CAPTCHA is missing on registration page. Here in the summary field, we need to give information about the bug with minimum number of words, and it should be clearly understandable to anyone, because in most of the cases people will see this summary only and will try to understand this bug. So here it should be understandable line with minimum text. Okay, next I'm coming to description, which is very important. In the description, we need to describe complete defect, or I'll say complete bug. So here in this description, I'm just writing like, while testing registration functionality on registration page, we are not getting CAPTCHA, image and text box. Text box to enter CAPTCHA data. To enter CAPTCHA data. So we are not getting that. Okay, here on this page, expected is that CAPTCHA image should display, user should be allowed to register only after filling correct CAPTCHA information. So that's my expected value. Means in this case, that should be the expected value. But what actually is happening? So I'm saying actual result, CAPTCHA is not on the page, user is allowed to register without captcha. Now we have given this information, and I would suggest you can use these options to highlight the information. So I'm saying, okay, expected, I want to make it bold. Actual, I want to make it bold. Apart from it, these two lines, I want to display red colored text. So I'll just select that. Okay. Now my description is there. Normally, when you're writing description, we need to give detailed information. So here I'm giving the information in detail. Okay. One more thing you can put here is steps to reproduce, because here on this form you will not get any other area to put steps to reproduce. What do you mean by the steps to reproduce? Steps to reproduce means what steps you have to follow to replicate this defect. So I'm saying, okay, steps to reproduce. What all the steps you need to follow? So I'm saying go to application, and if you want, you can pass information like that's the URL. You need to go to this URL. Okay. Now step 2, click on registration link on top right corner of the page. So here we need to write as many steps we are having. As of now we have only 2 steps, so I'm just keeping it 2, but you can have any number of steps. Okay, after that we have actual and expected, so I'm just putting the same actual expected here. Expected, once you go to this page we should get captcha, and user should be allowed to register only after filling captcha, but here this is happening. So I'll just put actual and expected here with the steps to reproduce as well, and I want to make it bold, so I'll just select bold. So that is, here in the description field we need to give the complete description about the defect. Also, it always a good practice to put steps to reproduce. So that I've done. Okay, now I'm moving to the next step. Here, priority, which is important. So if you're working as a software tester, I'm sure you are aware about how to decide priority. So whatever the priority you want to give, you can just give it over here. So I'm just giving like highest. Okay. As of now, I'm not filling this label and environment. In next video, I'll show you what is the meaning of label and environment. I'm just going to attach my image which I have taken. So hope you remember, we have taken an image with the name captcha missing. I'll just attach it over here. I'm just coming to the next field, which is assignee. Okay, whom you want to assign this? So as of now, if you can see, we have 3 users. I'm reporting a defect, but I want to assign this defect to developer, or I'll say to development lead. So that is my development lead. I'll just selected him, and after that epic and sprint I'm not going to cover here, because for that, first of all, we should have understanding of this epic, sprint, and this will come in the agile. After few videos we will understand how we can implement agile board here in the JIRA. So then we are going to cover this. As of now, I'm just putting only mandatory information which is required to report a defect. Okay, that is done. I'll just click on the create. A new defect is reported. So, and my defect number is FIL1. So here one defect is reported to the system. If you want to check it, I'm just going for FIL1, enter. So it opened the defect. That is a complete information about the defect. So hope you remember, that was the defect. So here we are getting complete information which we filled while creating the defect. So that's all we have for this session. Here we have seen how to report a defect into the JIRA. In next session, I'll show you few more advanced operations that we can perform while reporting a defect. That's all we have for this session. Thanks for watching this video.